How do you describe overall through 60 minutes what your team was able to do?
Yeah, no, I thought that was a great game by us. Obviously, there's going to be things we can always work on, but I thought that was an amazing game. I think we were pretty pumped to have Pete back there. Just everything we've worked on in practice. We really wanted to show him, how great of a team we are and what a great group we got in here. So I think that was a big thing. So yeah, obviously we're going to keep going to work. These are all big games and must win. So we're just going to keep having fun, keep going to work.
What was he like behind the bench?
Yeah, he's awesome. Obviously, I'm more on the D side, so I'm with Boogie a little bit more. But no, he's awesome. I can ask him questions, things like that. But yeah, no, he's an amazing coach, and it's gonna be fun to work with him.
Just tell us about when you swept the puck out of the crease to save that goal early in the game. How did that set the tone, and what were you thinking when you saw what was it, instinct?
Yeah, Sorokin doesn't let many of those happen. He's the best goalie in the world, so I think we got to help him when something like that happens. Like I said, he has our back, so much and so much this year. So if that's what I can do, that's what I can do. So I just saw it go in there and helped save him there. So but yeah, overall just great team win.
What did the power play like tonight?
Yeah, I think we have such great personnel on that PP. We were just, I think we went out there and we were like, let's try to make something happen. We all have really good instincts. We all have really good hockey IQ. We got to get more pucks to the net. And I thought we were just moving it around and being in spots. So it's just fun to work with those guys. And I think, we've been waiting. We've had that in the tank. We just had to, unleash.
Congratulations on the win. You guys are alive in this playoff fight. Needed those 2 points. Needed a win for your new head coach. Just how do you take us through those 60 minutes?
No, I thought we came out with a lot of aggressiveness and energy, and I think it stayed throughout the game as well. I thought we did a really good job to not let them take over or anything. We kept our game going and just roll them over, like shift after shift. So I thought we did a great job at that, and happy to get those points and moving on here.
And you scored one on the power play. What was the key to being able to move the puck more, and just what gave you guys life on the man advantage?
I thought like that stayed throughout it translated from the 5-on-5 until the power play. I thought our energy and aggressiveness, we had a lot of desperation out there, so I thought that helped us a lot today, and we had to keep that going as well.
DeBoer talked all week about wanting to make improvements defensively. When you limit the Leafs to maybe 15 shots on goal and come out with that many shots on goal yourself, just how did his tweaks and feedback make a difference tonight?
I think we did a good job at shutting him down that way, and that created a lot of offense for us as well. So we didn't give them a lot of life out there, and gave us a lot of energy as well. We didn't have to get all the way back. We make them turn them over and go on offense right away. So I thought that helped a lot today.
And on the back end, too, you got Tony DeAngelo back after missing 6 games. How did he make a difference on the score sheet tonight?
No, a lot. Obviously, he's a real skilled defense out there that can move the puck and handle it a lot. So he's a big part of our team. We're really happy to have him back here.
Is there a new energy that you felt in this one tonight with a new coach and where you guys are in the standings? Did you feel something tonight in terms of energy?
I thought we had that building up throughout the week here. Had those good practices with a lot of energy. We're all looking for a little bit of redemption from last few weeks, and thought we came out with we've been building that up throughout the week and did a good job today.
Feel, I guess, pretty seamless.
Yeah, I felt good. It was early in the first. I got rid of a couple of pucks that I would like to usually hold on to, but that was all right because it just went into the zone, just trying to keep it safe, get used to the pressure again, and get my feet under me. And then after that, it was good. It was kind of a good game to come back for too.
When you see scoring from up and down the lineup, and also DeBoer talked all week about making those defensive tweaks, just how did you guys come out differently tonight?
Yeah, like I said, I haven't played the last couple of games, so I'm just watching, so I don't want to speak for the players and what they thought. But I thought we just played desperate. I thought we were bought in. Guys were in the right spots. Guys were backtracking. As you see, the chances off the rush tonight, off transition, were probably 1 or 2 maybe all night, or we maybe been giving up a few more of late. So the tracking was great. I thought the communication was good, and we were just trying to do. We know what's on the line, so I think everybody was bought in.
What do you make of Cal Ritchie's game tonight?
Yeah, Rich he's been great around the net lately. He's finding ways to get big goals for us. He's really crafty with the puck. You guys have seen all these backdoor plays and stuff he's making now. He knows where guys are. He doesn't need much time to make the play. So he's a great young player. It's nice to have a young piece like that. So, and especially scoring in big times is good.
another young player, Matthew Schaefer, of course, getting a goal and also saving that puck from going across the goal line.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been an ugly start for, after we had a great start. Really, would have been a tough one. Just a weird bounce hit off the kind of the stick, but Schaefer was in a great spot. And then, I mean, can't say enough great things about him the way he plays. Just a special player, special talent. Every night he does it. This consistency for his age is kind of off the chart. I've never seen anything like it. I've only played with a couple 18-year-olds, but this is just it's every night, same way.
Aside from just obviously the intensity was very high, but aside from that, what was the biggest difference you saw tonight versus the last X number of games?
I thought we skated all over the ice. We skated on the pucks. I thought we skated back to pucks. I thought we skated to pucks, as far as supporting and transition, and that makes a difference. We got a lot of fast guys in the room. It's not like we're a slow team or anything. When we're skating like that, it makes it tough on other teams. They want to just flip them. They want to rim them out of the zone. And then when we get them, we were putting them right back down the throat again. That's kind of what we need to do, and I thought we did a good job.
Schaefer, that Sorokin didn't see too many shots tonight, but still, I think it's his 12th consecutive start for him. Just his workload and how reliable he is. How did he make an impact tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you look at Roki. I know he didn't have many shots, but when he has a huge shot, they had 5-3 gainer. I think Cowan had that tip down low. 3.5 minutes left, to the empty net. That one goes in. It's it gets real tight, and he makes the big saves when we need it. So we always know he's going to be good.
Yeah, Pete. Just first impressions of how the team took to what you wanted to do tonight and how they executed.
Yeah, just a lot of really good stuff. We've been talking all week about playoff habits. You have to have them this time of year to give yourself a chance to get in the playoffs. And, I thought they delivered on that. It wasn't a perfect game, but I loved how fast we played. I loved some of the playoff habits we played with. We got contributions from everybody. It was a really solid start. A lot of things for us to build on.
Yeah, I'm assuming, I mean, not to be simple or anything, but to get off to that kind of start with what you want to do builds on, sort of a confidence that you're going to need over the final 3 games.
100%. I mean, there's nothing that sells a coach's message more than success, and having success and feeling that success, within what you're doing. So, we got some of that tonight. And again, a lot of work to do, but we took care of our business tonight, which was to win a game and stay relevant here in the playoff hunt. And we've got to do it again Saturday.
P, can you identify what some of those playoff habits are that you talked about with them over the past 3 days that you saw tonight?
Yeah, you know what, Dan? It was simple things, but coming back, stopping in D zone coverage. I thought we defended well. I think we had given up 9 shots at the end of 2 and into the third period. Our reloads and our back checking, which allowed our D to keep our gap against a real good team. They've got a lot of skill over there, and I thought we created a lot of offense off those reloads and that gap, and it goes hand in hand. If our forwards are working, reloading, our D can have that comfort level to keep a gap against really skilled players like Nylander and Tavares. So, line changes, simple thing, but getting to the bench at the right time, putting the next group out at the right time. Just all the little things that matter this time of year and matter even more a week from now when you get into the playoffs.
What did you like about the way your team forechecked in particular?
Yeah, I thought again we played fast and we were relentless. There was no. What was nice about it? There was no indecision. I didn't feel in our game, which was what I wanted to make sure. That was my biggest fear coming in with 3 days of practice and trying to change and tweak some things was, that it would slow us down. We'd be overthinking situations or systems, and to our group's credit, that never happened. I thought they played fast and it looked like a seamless transition to some of the things we were trying to do.
And your first game coaching Matthew Schaefer, just your impressions of him. Obviously, he ties Brian Leach's record. What did you make of him?
You know what? I told the coaching staff in there. They see him every night this year, so you probably get a little bit, numb to it. But for me, watching him from the bench live like that is just wow. I mean, what a player. It's. I watched him a lot on video as we were scouting for the Olympics, but to see him live like that at the age he's at, and how dynamic he is, both ends of the rink, defensively particularly. I mean, I know the offensive stuff, but for a young player, how defensively aware he is, and how much he works at the defensive piece of the game too. He's a really, really special player.
Pete, this is a team whose power play has struggled at times throughout the season. It's been inconsistent. Just how important to get off on the start, getting 2?
Yeah, you know what? Ray works really hard at the power play, and you know what? I think I just got here, but there's been some signs prior to me getting here of it starting to turn and go the right way. So, like any of your systems, you need to be rewarded in order to build on the belief. And special teams are a lot of confidence, and power play particularly. So, we've got to build on that.
Pete, one of the things you're working on this week was the forwards opening up in the neutral zone to establish the transition. Just what did you see from them tonight?
Yeah, I thought they did a great job. I thought there was a real effort by everyone on the ice to try and play fast and play fast in transition. And I thought we did that. And, it resulted in some extended shifts where we pinned them in and got line changes. And, again, some of those playoff things that you're looking to do.
This is not common for a coach to come in this time of year. Is it? How do you feel
With
How do you
4
feel?
games left, it might be the only time in history, isn't it? With 4 games left. How many? With how many?
2 games left.
Oh, 2?
And then he went behind Ben.
Okay. Wow. Claude was 3. All right. So I'm not as special as I thought I was.
So since it is very common, but how do you feel the players have embraced what you're trying to do and even tweak or change systems at this time of year?
You know what? That was probably the most impressive thing this week. Me getting in was the dressing room and their willingness to buy in, but where it came from, and I think it came from a place of, they were disappointed that a coach got fired, and I think they looked in the mirror and they owned their part of that, and and I think to their credit, when you have character and you feel that way, it's how you respond to that. So, I had a group all week that was, really embracing, and ready for a response, because they felt bad about what happened.
What did you make of the atmosphere and the passion from the fan base tonight?
Yeah, it was great. Building was electric. It was awesome. I've seen the Islander fans up close and personal for a long time, and I know how this building, when they get excited and they're excited about what's happening on the ice, can really be an extra man and a momentum changer, and you could feel that. So, I'm hoping we can do the same thing here Saturday and Sunday and Tuesday and get some playoff games in here.
What were your early impressions of Cal Ritchie?
Great. For a young kid, we've thrown a lot at him. He's playing, first, second line. He's playing on the power play. A big ask for a young player, and not overwhelmed. Feels comfortable, looks comfortable. So, again, that's rare that this time of year you've got young players like that in those situations.